What's happening, YouTube? Sean Caspian coming at you tonight with the amazing, lovely, fantabulous AZ Powergirl Cara Nicole Cosplay. And she's joining us again, actually, all the way from Arizona, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks so much for being here. Tell me a little bit about what's going on this season in the world of Cara Nicole.
Well, I'm doing a lot of conventions. I'm traveling all over the country. I even have a show in Mexico, and I've got new costumes coming up. I've got new costumes I've already done. Tons of new art.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't suppose you might have happened to have brought some of those pieces with you.
I have a
So we might be
few
able to
things
see.
I can show you. So, my newest is my Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Amazing. Oh, that's really good.
Thank you.
Where did you shoot that?
I actually shot the majority of these at Papago Park. I posted a video of the behind the scenes on my YouTube page, the AZ Power Girl, and it's really interesting. You see all these rocks and all
That's
these
gorgeous.
beautiful things, and I've got things where I'm hanging off of rocks and doing all these cool things. And then when you pull back, you see that the families are walking up the trail. And
Nice.
I've got some where it looks like I'm in these old ruins, and then you pull the camera back and you see the little kids playing on it because it's a children's playground, actually.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah,
this is like not even close to isolated territory whatsoever.
no, this is next to the zoo in the
Nice.
middle of Phoenix. So it's a great place to shoot because you can look like you're doing all these dangerous things and you're really high up and you're like a foot off the ground.
That's sweet.
If you fall, you might scuff your knee.
Right? Ooh, don't want to do that. Bring
Yeah,
some
so
Neosporin.
but you get these awesome shots and the desert and the sun and the rocks, so you get some really great shots and some really good like hiking and rock climbing, and you get to be on these giant boulders and that type of thing.
That's brilliant. Absolutely
So
gorgeous work. And by the way, guys, you can any of these prints, anything that she's shown us here, you can of course pick up and purchase at her store. Give us the address, quick, please.
it is 183degreestudio.com.
Fantastic. So hook her up, go visit. Let her know that you saw this video and pick up some prints. They're awesome. What else you got?
So this is actually my current bestseller. This is my Joker face.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes.
Joker face.
Yes.
Wow.
So this is a lot of fun. I shot this with Alvin Johnson in his studio, and I have a Star Wars piece.
Oh,
My Sith.
yeah. I always knew you were part of the dark side.
Well, they have cookies.
They so do.
So I don't have it on me, but I did a Louise Belcher from Bob's Burgers.
Nice.
So I also have a couple of new Black Cat prints. So this is my newest Black Cat piece.
Ooh, that is really, really cool. I love that spidery kind of background deal going on.
Now, this is
Nicely
also
done.
shot by Alvin Johnson.
Nicely done.
And
your,
then
your Black Cat series is like one of your very most popular, right?
it really is.
Yeah, people really dig that. I can see why. It's amazing.
My Black Cat and my Power Girl. People always want the Power Girl back.
Yep.
Usually it's, get rid of it, move on. But people really enjoy it, and it's kind of become my namesake.
It's in the name.
It is. So my absolute most recent piece I colored this, and this is our Princess Leia Harley.
Wow.
So Alfred Trujillo does all my line work. Occasionally I work with another artist, but for the most part he's available, and we work pretty well together.
And you just get to sit there and color, and
Just to color,
it's just like color by number kind of thing.
Not exactly. It kind of started out that way. You'd think it'd be really nice if it was, but
That's gorgeous.
So thank you. So this is available. I also that was actually originally hand colored.
Can we expect a cosplay of that one, possibly? Any?
No.
No?
I honestly, you're all gonna hate me for this, but I don't like the Leia, Slave Leia. I just don't. It's just, I don't know, something about it. I just don't.
Overdone, maybe?
No, I just don't like it. And maybe I just didn't like Carrie Fisher in it in the first place. I think she's a beautiful woman. She doesn't come across to me as sexy. You know, she's very sweet and very girl next door, and it just seems like pushing it. I
Yeah.
didn't like seeing her in that.
Interesting.
I really
Interesting.
didn't.
I think most guys in the world would probably disagree,
Yeah.
but I'm with you ish. I mean, when she's Slave Leia, amazing. When she's herself, I'm like, meh.
Right, so I just don't like seeing her as, like Slave Leia because she's just such a nice girl and I don't want to do that to her. So, and I'm really not a fan of the costume. And with my body type, that top is not gonna work. It's just not. So,
um,
yeah,
yeah.
it just doesn't. So,
Yeah.
I think I've seen some girls do it very well, and more power to you. I have thought about doing a Leia, but I really enjoy doing a Sith,
Yeah, dig that.
That's more my style.
I can see that for
And
you.
maybe that's just what it is, that I just don't see myself as being like the sweet girl that Princess Leia is. And as a cosplayer, you want to be able to identify with that character.
Totally.
And I can't identify with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, this is a digital colored piece. Alfred Trujillo drew the
That's
lines,
nice.
and it's Gwen Stacy being Venom. Here she is starting, and then there she is as Venom. And
so Spider-Man's actual one true love.
yes,
Yes.
and this is a charity piece that we did, Alfred Trujillo and I, for the C4 charity movie cars. They actually do have
Oh, wow.
the Mystery Machine van, and they use it for charity purposes and conventions and, store signings and hospital visits and whatnot. And so this is actually the van's
Oh, super cool.
art piece. So,
Super cool.
so yes, those are just a few things that we have out now. Yeah. And you can find the rest on my store and on my Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and stuff.
Be sure to visit, like, support, love, all that stuff. I mean, Cara Nicole. It's awesome.
Now I have a Spider-Gwen coming up.
Oh,
So-
as a cosplay, right?
Yes, as a cosplay.
Okay.
I do have a Spider-Gwen art piece, but I am getting a Spider-Gwen. I'll be honest, I'm not making this myself. I really didn't feel that I could do it justice in the time that I have. I mean, I'm back-to-back conventions. I have a very good friend with Commanding Cosplay that I really love her work, and I want to promote it. So, yeah, I'm actually having that one commissioned.
Wow. That how is that? I mean, have you ever really commissioned a piece before? I mean, because you do your own work.
I do, and I've never commissioned something. I've had help with things,
Right.
but I've never had a full commission. I have had pieces given to me, and that's my Jason was given to me by Helix Cosplay. And I have a few pieces that were something that I was maybe hired to do.
Right.
But for the most part, yeah, I do my own work. So, of course, I'm nervous, but she does beautiful work. I mean, she's got costume contest winning stuff.
Can you tell us anything about the concept, or do we have to wait and see?
Yeah, gotta wait and see.
All right. When is this debuting?
I'm hoping it debuts for C2E2 in Chicago in the next few weeks.
Okay. Wow. Next few weeks, huh?
Yes.
All right. All right. So be on the lookout for that. I'm looking forward to that. Anything else on the horizon?
I got a few things. Punisher,
Punisher.
but I want like eye patch Punisher.
Now that's one you can identify with. That's a character for you.
Yes, it is. It's also Wonder Woman's 75th anniversary this year, so I would like to have a Wonder Woman done. I've got a few other things. I'm also working on a 7 of 9.
Ooh, there you go.
And that has been my all-time dream costume, the 7 of 9. I'm a huge Voyager fan. I love that character, and that's what I want to do. I'm not making my own prosthetics because my good friend John Paladin is actually had actually acquired these or made them. I don't know if he got them
Ooh.
from the person who made them, but he actually did a lot of the makeup on the Next Generation and in the movie series, in the movies. So, I mean, if I can get it from the pros that worked on the show, yeah, I
You
want that.
can't beat that.
I can't beat that. So, I'm
Wow.
very excited about that.
Oh, super cool. And when might that one maybe
I don't
debut?
know.
Okay.
I
All
really
right.
don't know, but I definitely want that out this year.
All right. Well, we'll be definitely eagerly awaiting that one. So, any of the fans out there, in case you didn't know, so Cara Nicole is a huge advocate of cosplayer safety, and that's actually one of the reasons we're chatting today. She wants people to go about this the safe way and come home and have a great time and all that good stuff. So with con season in full swing now, want to just kind of talk a little bit about that. So what do you have to say to folks out there? I know you've got some stories and things that you're familiar with that have happened. Tell us a little bit about your approach to safety for cosplayers.
Well, first of all, I always try to talk to the parents. And 9 times out of 10, I will tell you that that absolutely backfires.
Really?
It does, and it's really a shame. I get a lot of people that will use buzzwords, oh, I taught my kid about stranger danger. Yeah, good for you. Once they introduce themselves, they don't feel like they're a stranger anymore. I know you
Right.
from Facebook. Oh, you must not be a stranger. Oh, well, you
Right.
know all these other girls and you name dropped all these other cosplayers, so you must be okay, right? No. No. Uh, so that's a huge thing. I recently posted that it was angering me that people will not call out and name drop when they're being harassed online. If you're being harassed online, my personal opinion is to first go through their contacts and their friends, go through their family list, and if you can find their mother, you send her everything he sent you, and you let her know that this is
Right.
what her child is doing.
Right.
Then I don't care if it's a 40-year-old man. Yeah, your mom gets a hold of that. Hopefully, she's gonna rip you a new one. Secondly, post it. Post it publicly, because it's one thing to say, "Oh, he's a creeper and he harassed me." It's another thing to put their words out on the screen for everyone to see.
Interesting.
So that's really good because that way it can't be hidden. It can't be denied. This is your words. This is a screenshot. It can't be deleted. Now it's a matter of, public record.
Right.
And other people can see it. You can tag other cosplayers. I had someone tell me, well, we share it amongst our people. Well, what about the new cosplayer that you don't know is your people?
Right. Right.
So, I mean, really, what are they going to do to you? And it's so sad because I see people say, well, I didn't, I blurt out his name, or, I didn't do it because I'm scared. Well, what are you scared of? If you're that scared, get offline.
Yeah, absolutely. I would totally agree with that. It's this notion of safety in the first place if
Mhm.
you're on the internet. I mean, period ever.
Right.
Your stuff's out there one way or another. So safety is an illusion.
Post them and block them and ban them from your page if you have one. Um, I know that there was a case where a cosplayer had told New York Comic Con that they were being harassed uh, and threatened. And they had requested that New York Comic Con not sell this person a ticket. And they were ignored, which I think was a shame. They should have put him on a ban list if, they did have proof that this was going on. And she did have proof. They ignored her until it went public, it went viral, and then suddenly it was, oh, I'm sorry, what can we do for you? Yeah, of course, they just want to put that out there. And I am a fan of Reed Pop, I am a fan of New York Comic Con, but I think it's very awkward because no one knows what the appropriate thing to do is. When you go to the police, many times they will tell you there's nothing they can do when
Right.
it's online harassment. There is something they can do, but they don't have a lot of funds, they don't have a lot of resources, and it's really not their place. What you need to do is you need to go to the court and file an injunction against harassment or a restraining order, depending on your state. So that is very important to do. And you can do that. screenshot, screenshot, screenshot. If you're getting letters, if you're having someone coming up to you, and it is something that is a bigger harassment deal, you do not go to the police, you go to the court, and you file an injunction against harassment or a restraining order, depending on what is appropriate in your state. And that's where they say, oh, I went to the police, they didn't do anything. It's not their job. You think it is, but it's not. You got to go to the court.
Right.
And that's where people go wrong. And it's not a matter of, you know, I'm not calling anyone down or saying anyone's wrong. I'm just saying that if you want it taken care of, most people just don't know the appropriate way to do it. And that's what you need to do.
Right.
So as far as when you're at a convention, I've heard some horror stories.
Yeah.
Guys trying to put their hands down girls' pants. One of my personal favorites is when they want to get a picture with you and they put their arm behind you and then their hand slides down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most girls will just ignore it. And when you do that, you're giving them power, and now they think they can do it to everybody. And they're going to keep doing it and pushing it. And really, if you call them out on the floor, you call security, hit them, whatever. Now, it's very loud, it's very public, it's very known.
It's shame, right?
It's shame. Shame goes a
powerful.
long way. And really, if you're at a convention and you're a girl and you're in costume and someone does something physical to you, they will not get away with it if you let everyone around you know what's going on.
Right.
Very loudly, very quickly.
Right.
And so when you don't do anything, you allow this to happen to other people.
Right. And it's not cosplay as consent kind of an idea, just you know, in case anybody's hearing that. It's saying that if you let them get away with it in that moment, it's saying, well, this is something I can do, and that unfortunately there's going to be other victims after you.
And well, exactly. And one of the things that I'm seeing is from all the conventions I do, I think that the cosplay is not consent movement has definitely helped things.
Yeah.
I see it used to be that someone would have no problem just putting their arm around you and, you know, giving you hugs. And now the free hug shirts are banned in many places. The, you know, the glopping is banned. And I think people are starting to get it. And I don't think that most people don't have ill will or bad intentions towards cosplayers. They just get excited and they want to put their arms around you and, you know, you're that action figure grown up and right there, and they just want to put their arm around you and get that picture and, you know, give you a hug and give you a kiss on the cheek, and they don't mean any harm. Right. But
that's like 99.9% of everybody.
Exactly. They're excited to see you. They're happy you're there, and that's great. So what's happened is because of the cosplay's non-consent movement, they are pulling back. Can I put my arm around you? Or they'll just stand next to you, you know, and they're being a lot more cautious about that, which is a good thing because there are people that maybe have anxiety that don't want to be touched. Costumes get ruined easily. Yep. Especially armpit stains. You know, you get like 200 of these, that armpit's going right, and I wear white a lot. So, you know, they don't mean, for the most part, you know, anything bad, but they are starting to change their behavior. And I think that's good.
That's good. That's just like basic human decency, really. I mean, you wouldn't generally do that to people outside of conventions who are not in costume. So what makes it okay when they're in costume? So that's really good to hear. What about... Can you speak a little bit about guys and safety at conventions, and you know how to handle, you know, if a guy feels weird or like he's being mistreated at all?
You know, I think that guys, actually, I'm a huge advocate for men's rights. I don't know if, for those of you who don't know, I actually do legislative work in regards to men's rights, because I do feel like they are victimized a lot, and they're treated as if they need to stay victimized, stay quiet, because people don't believe that they can be. Women will go up and they will grope men, they will grab them. Men will come in bikini bottom and, bare chested, and women will come up, ah, you wouldn't want them doing it to you. So
Right.
please don't do it to them.
Right.
Especially if you are a person that believes cosplay is not consent and you don't want women harassed. Lead by example.
Absolutely.
Don't do it. If you want to ask, but realize, how would you feel if someone asked if they could run their hands down your chest? You'd probably be quite offended, wouldn't you?
It'd be a little weird.
It would be a little weird. And even if he's your best friend, if you do that in public, you're telling other people it's okay. And men, if they say something, what's wrong with you? What, you don't want a girl touching you? What are you, gay? I mean, then there's nothing wrong with that, but men shouldn't feel like they have no rights. Like,
Right.
It's okay to grope them. It's okay to hit them. It's okay to, speak meanly to them. No, it's not.
Yep.
Do unto others. Do not speak to them in a cruel way. Do not grope them. Do not treat them in a way that you don't want to be treated.
Absolutely. I mean, ladies are often the subject of this type of conversation, for obvious reasons. But at the same time, I mean, guys, if you're feeling, like you're getting the short end here a little bit too, you have rights as well, and you do not have to take it. And talk to people, do the same thing, make a scene, make it public. It goes a long way. You don't have to just sit there and take it just because you're a guy.
Exactly.
So, fantastic. One last note on that, photography sessions. That's a big thing that comes up during the season, both in the convention floor space, in and around it, and then, also in private, locations. Can you speak a little bit toward that situation?
Well, I would say, first of all, when you speak to a photographer, you want to look at their work. Don't just look at the quality of their work. Look at who they are. Who are they photographing? Do they do prints for the girls? I mean, I spoke up. I told you some of my photographers, and I could tell you, yeah, Alvin Johnson. And you can look at his page, and you can see his page and my page. We have the same pictures. His name is on my actual prints.
Yep.
Eric Richardson, same thing. Bald Pirate, you can look, you can see their logo on my prints, you can speak to them, you could speak to me. Talk to the people that they're shooting, and don't go alone. That doesn't mean take another person of the same caliber so they can shoot too. No, take a third person that is not there to shoot. Because I tell you what, when you're dealing with someone who wants their own work done, that's where their mind is. Their mind is not on protecting you. Their mind is, I want my stuff shot too. And you need someone that's not getting shot, that's out of the scene, because they're also going to be able to help you get better shots. They're going to be able to notice that that hair is out of place, or that, maybe you have a nip slip or something. And they can fix that as opposed to
Right.
being off doing their own makeup and changing their own clothes. So they can watch the scene. If you're at a convention, still don't go off alone. It's too easy to disappear. It's not
It really
safe.
is.
Also, for the photographers, let's turn this around. If you're a photographer and you're a man and you're shooting a woman and you're alone with her, maybe she doesn't like you. Maybe you said something that was off and she decides, I don't like you. Or maybe you told her, this is how I work, and it was a deal that she doesn't like. Whatever. She decides she doesn't like you, and she decides to start telling everyone that, oh, yeah, do you know how he was with me? He was pervy. He was harassing. He looked at me. He did this. He did that. He did the other. Now what? Now, as a photographer, you have some bad cred to your name. You don't need that crap.
Absolutely.
So it's for everyone's protection and everyone's benefit that there is a non-shooting third party.
That is a really, really good bit of advice. And so would that person possibly be like just a friend of yours that you bring along, or
A friend, a parent, a boyfriend, a husband, just anyone that you feel comfortable with that can and would can and would. Very important. Do something or say something if need be.
In the right situation.
Yes.
Very, very good advice. Fantastic.
Sometimes, but not always, conventions will give children badges. And on the back, it'll say their name and their phone number, even if it does not put your name and phone number. First of all, never put a child's name on their own badge.
Good call.
I mean, don't do that, because now you're letting everyone see. So when everyone says, "Hey, Timmy," now he's gonna hear, "Oh, this person knows me.
Yeah.
It must be safe." No, it's not. Do not put their name. Put your name. Put your last name. Don't put their nickname. Don't put any name that you could call out and they would think they're being called. Put multiple phone numbers, because in conventions, the service is usually very, very hectic, and it will kill your battery quickly, especially if you're taking pictures, uploading someplace, going to Twitter and going to Instagram and Facebook. Your battery's gone. Now they can't get a hold of you. So if you can put multiple phone numbers on that badge, that would be great. For conventions, please do not go over the loudspeaker and say, "Timmy Adams is missing. He's 8 years old and he has blonde hair and brown eyes and is about 5'2" and wearing blue sneakers and a Deadpool mask. No, now you're just telling everyone, "Hey, you're missing. No one's going to notice you're gone."
Terrible.
Or like, "Timmy Adams, please meet your party at the concession stand," or wherever. Don't announce it's a child missing unless it is a clear-cut code Adam where it is on complete lockdown, where no one gets in or out. And in that case, you just announce code Adam. So, please be careful of your children. It was brought up to me at a show recently that someone's child wanted to cosplay, and he wanted to cosplay Deadpool. Now, Deadpool, Spider-Man, anything with a complete head covering or a mask, if that child goes missing, you're not going to know. Security's not going to be able to identify your Deadpool over the other 75 Deadpools. So maybe your child has some specific features to their cosplay that isn't normal. Maybe your Deadpool has an easy button from Staples. I know a Deadpool that does that. Give your child's character something on their costume that is easily identifiable, so that if your child goes missing, you can say, "My child is dressed as Deadpool. Maybe he didn't take his mask off. And he's wearing bright blue sneakers." Something that separates it from everyone else's Deadpool or Spider-Man or Venom.
Very, very good advice. I mean, that's God. I mean, you try to find your friends in a convention, let alone a little kid that looks like all the other children there.
Yes.
So that's very, very good advice. Thank you. So there you have it, guys. Some fantastic advice from the one and only AZ Power Girl Cara Nicole, who's lovely and awesome and amazing and wants you to be safe at conventions. So, guys, there are a lot of people who are new to conventions, new to cosplay. Maybe you got kids, maybe you're just a little shy yourself, or you got some trepidations of any kind. So we'd like to get together again and answer some of your questions. So I will have some notes in the description of the video on how to send those over to me, and we'll address your personal questions in our next video. So just let me know what you think. So my name is, of course, Sean Caspian. Please remember to like, fave, subscribe, do all the fun stuff for the video. This is Cara Nicole. Please do the same. All of her stuff also in the bottom in the description. So pay her a visit, send her some love, and thank you so much, Cara. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Until next time. Arigato. Gozaimasu.